You can see my little breathe sign in the background there. That sign is from an artist in Vermont. I've had that for years. And that is my mom. She had a healing center in Vermont, and she sold these beautiful pieces of canvas at her wellness center. So my mom is a big part of why I'm a healer. She was struggling with migraines and couldn't find a solution, and then found Reiki and a group of Reiki women in Vermont, in the mountains of Vermont. And I started going with her to those sessions. I started training with them in Reiki as a, not even a teenager, a child, learning how to do tarot readings and trying to spot fairies. But as I went on to live in LA and would come back, and then my mom would come out, we would teach classes together, Reiki classes together. And then I would go to her teacher that would come out to LA, Michael Tamora, and learned spiritual tools from him, which was amazing. And then I found Helen von der Heide, who taught me Akashic record reading. And that was incredible, and added that to my services. And then recently again circled back to finding breathwork, but a new sort of more, I guess, modern-ish form of breathwork. So it's a belly, chest, exhale, listening to music, and I do it virtually, so you're laying down in your own space. And so today I have launched my virtual wellness center, and I just wanted to share with you my history with breathwork. I typed it up, but I want to also just tell it to you, is that I found breathwork in New York City. A girlfriend who was an actress and was trained in breathwork, and we were doing trades. I was giving her Reiki at my apartment in Queens, and she was giving me breathwork on the floor of her apartment in Chelsea. And I just fell in love with the process, the ease, the feeling of being held, the feeling of unconditional love, of being seen and understood, and to have space to be myself, and to feel my feelings, and to process my feelings and past traumas without needing to sort of get mental about it. I had tons of therapy over the years, and therapy's great, but at the end of the day, you can talk and talk and talk, but there's something about the magic and the science of breath work that actually allows experiences without needing to analyze them or to control them, but allows experiences that have been stored in the body, trauma that's been stored in the body, to be released and healed on its own, in its own timing. So that was really, really miraculous for me, that experience. I fell in love with that. And then we started combining our efforts of Reiki and breathwork and facilitating group sessions for people at this wellness center in New York City, which was fabulous. And then years later in LA, I was in West Hollywood, and I would, in my West Hollywood apartment, people would lay on the floor, they'd lay on the couches, we'd have these group sessions, and I would go around and give Reiki, and Janine would facilitate the breath work. We also did this in Santa Monica at a Pilates studio, and that was really special. And it even led to me being able to give Reiki to Leah Michelle on the set of Glee, in her trailer, which was so fun for me because I love that show. And then cut to about 9 months ago, when I rediscovered breathwork and this new form that I've been facilitating, and fell in love with it again. Like, first of all, the music has a way of entering your soul, of splitting you open in the best way possible, of accessing your deepest emotions, your deepest memories, your deepest feelings, core stories and beliefs that have been stored in there, even stuff from past lives, I would venture to say, can be released and healed. It calms the nervous system. So for me, as someone who's been, and I've discovered this more and more as I've gotten older, especially after becoming a mother, like pretty high anxious person. I may come across as being quite calm, but I experience a lot of anxiety. And so, and I can tend towards depression, I think, as most of us can relate to those. And so breathwork has kind of like saved my life in that sense. Not that I was, but just like it's brought me back to life in a way that it's lit me up and it's inspired me and it's motivated me, not only in my own life and helped me to be calm in when I'm in the face of life's challenges, when I'm in the face of people who and situations that trigger me, when I want to go into flight or fight. I have a new relationship with myself because of this breath work. It's so funny. There's like a little picture of me as a kid. And so the power of the breath work has been, and I take like 3 or 4 classes a week. The power is that while I'm healing and while this is the most miraculous way of like me feeling like me, expansive and whole and dynamic and complete and healed and happy and calm and excited, and passionate and lit up, I want to give that. Of course I want to give that to other people. Like there's nothing better to me, And so like I want to give this to you, to my community, for people to be able to heal themselves, to have the feeling of being seen and heard and felt and understood, and to come back to a space of calm and peace and happiness and joy. I love this work so much. I feel so proud to be able to take these classes, to give these classes, as well as just facilitating the Reiki unconditional love energy whilst facilitating and holding space with the breath work. It's a really, really beautiful, powerful combination. And I love hearing and seeing and witnessing the results of this work. So as you may know, I am facilitating and holding space every day during the week. That's how much I love it. And if you're ever interested and you're curious or you have questions or you want to try it or you've tried something else, I invite you to have a new experience. And just know that you'll be met wherever you're at. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for listening.